Dragon Age. Let's talk about Dragon Age. I love Dragon Age. I played 1, 2, and Inquisition. I think the first one is still best. Origin is still the best. I don't think two's good, but it does not live up to 1. It does not live up to Origins. Inquisition was also like on the same level as 2. It is okay. I honestly like it. Not as good as 1 though. I'm glazing 1. But yeah, Dragon Age the Veilguard is, as far as right now the leagues go, woke to its core. And I quite literally mean that. So you can romance everyone, which is just the usual thing in Dragon Age, right? Except for when you're a dude. Except for when you're a dude. Then you can just pick 2 romance options. That's interesting. Also, the leak said that, like, pronouns are apparently everywhere. Like, everywhere. Like, characters are introducing themselves with pronouns. It is kind of wild. There's a bunch of other things. Maybe there's a good video out there that I haven't seen yet about the Dragon Age leaks. But yeah, this game is truly, this game will be in the trenches, apparently, according to the leaks. But yeah, let's get into it. Dragon Age writers attack gamers critical of their woke agenda. Interesting. What did they do again?
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be once again talking about Dragon Age Veilguard. This game is less than 2 weeks away from release, and now we have some of the data regarding its pre-order sales, and spoiler alert, they are quite atrocious. And complicating things even further as...
Why is it What is happening to all my favorite franchises? What the fuck are you doing? BioWare, what is going on?
As we'll see in this video, is a series of rants by some of the Dragon Age writers, both former and present writers for Dragon Age, who had what's essentially a projection-fueled communal therapy session on Blue Sky, where they were complaining about gamers who won't accept the fact that Dragon Age is woke. Now, why are a lot of
people... Oh yeah, Blue Sky. Artists and VTubers are migrating there. Which is interesting to see. Except for lolly artists, they are getting wiped the floor with, apparently. Which is interesting to see.
People calling Dragon Age woke, well, it's from a series of criticisms.
Which I don't, not just lolly artists, but everything that looks like just a cute female. It doesn't even need to be a lolly. It literally just needs to be a cute female. They're getting nuked. What the fuck is that character?
Mostly having to do with the character creation process in this game. A lot of people, number one, are not buying the fact...
Why does this look this way, though? Just compare like character designs from 1, 2, and Inquisition, and look at this. It looks weird. It looks a little, to me personally, a little too cartoony. What happened there?
That they claim these are incredible designs. A lot of people think they're quite bad. On top of that, you can have non-binary pronouns and also add top surgery scars to your character. And a lot of people are just looking at the direction of Dragon.
Look at this. Origins, Veilguard. I don't know, but the semi-realistic art style. And then look at this. This other thing is a lot more cartoonish. What happened here?
Dragon Age over the years, and they're asking what happened to this franchise.
Also, I always romanced Morrigan. Like, throughout my playthroughs, I always romanced her. I don't know, nobody can stop me.
Well, we have some answers coming from David Guider here, who is a former writer for Dragon Age. They say, no, Dragon Age has not become woke. It was always woke. So they made this Blue Sky post about a month ago saying this. Apparently, the usual suspects are upset at how woke the new Dragon Age is, and apparently sudden and unexpected development in the series, effing tourists. Now, I don't know about that one, Davey, calling
When the writer's more tourist than the tourists.
potential customers tourists because they dare to criticize your game is not an amazing strategy, nor is saying that your game is woke, and it's always been a woke franchise. Like, this is 2024. You don't want to be calling your games woke. We see how that's worked out for other companies, and it ends really.
Godot! Remember Godot, who called it woko? That didn't go well, especially with like now a serious competitor popping up.
Badly. But this isn't the only thing David's been saying on Blue Sky. A lot of people in the gaming industry are shifting over to Blue Sky. It's like a Twitter alternative for them, and it's kind of an echo chamber. It's very liberal, and a lot of people in the gaming industry are finding their home here, and so has David, and he's been making a lot of various posts there. We can see Mark Kern captured some of these. This is the one that's getting a lot of attention from 2 days ago. David, this former Dragon Age writer, would say this in quotes: "The females aren't hot enough," end quote. Yet because they've clued into the notion this is obviously incel behavior, they've swapped out unattractive for masculine and thus transgender, because that's a framing which makes them seem political instead of porn brain.
Your characters aren't attractive enough. Incel! At this point, the word has lost all its meaning, because it now means men I disagree with. Not only that, these motherfuckers call married men incels. Like, what? Like, what are you yapping about? What is happening? What are you yapping about? How is a grown-ass man with who's married an incel?
But we all know what they mean. I actually don't have any idea what you're talking about. This is a bunch of nonsense. But basically what this person is doing is a lot of projection. We'll see a lot of projection throughout these various posts. And they start by saying everyone who's doing this is an...
And here I am recalling how this has been a thing ever since some dude whined 10 years ago about Cassandra actually being a man. Is that the red-haired chick from... I haven't played 2 in a while. Is that the red-haired chick from 2? Oh no, that's actually from Inquisition. Never mind. That is even nearly as close to like a man chin. What are you on about?
incel, right? The classic, everyone who disagrees with me is an incel. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm a happily married man, and I don't like the designs. It's really that simple. Like, you're allowed to say a design doesn't look good, and all of this coping in the replies here, they're trying to make this something bigger than it is. People just don't like the designs and also all the other woke aspects of this game. They're completely ridiculous, and it only appeals to people in the gaming industry who are incredibly woke, and they want to put this stuff into their game.
No. For some odd reason, game developers have started making games for game journalists. Like, all the games that release are all made for game journalists. At least, like, that's what it feels like looking at the reviews.
Games for whatever agenda they're trying to push. But anyways, the conversation continues on with this user saying it's ridiculous because every female character in Dragon Age is gorgeous except for Sister Patrice. They're just mad they aren't white, which is a very...
Okay, that's very weird. No, the designs are genuinely bad. Like, that character creator is genuinely dogshit.
Very interesting claim. I haven't seen anyone complaining about whatever they're referring to here. But anyways, David would respond saying, when your idea of beauty is framed solely by porn you watch and the anime you prefer, then no, they aren't. Not to them. And they very likely pine for the days when every female character existed to be beautiful and wonder what could have changed. the world change, dude. And then that user responds by saying, this is why on projects, I've always encouraged teams to just go for it when it comes to representation. The worst people in the world are going to complain just as hard if you have a single person of color or a whole diverse cast, so you might as well do it right.
Except that you're not doing it. Except that you're not doing it right, and you're just doing it to get some brownie points and money. That is all you've ever done. Again, I've just repeating my points at this point. You don't care about representation. You just want money. That is all. That's all it has ever been. What are you talking about? You are not doing it right, because if you were doing it right, people wouldn't complain. This really is an echo chamber. I'm glad I'm not there.
I don't know who this person is, but this idea that a game is made right if it has a certain number of diverse characters in it, that is a pretty concerning and odd thing for them to say. But anyways, back to what David's saying, it's a whole lot of projection, right? Again, they're talking about the porn people watching and anime causing issues. Like, they have a big issue with anime. But what they're saying right here, trying to make all of these critics look like a bunch of deviants, is projection. Because this is the kind of stuff that goes on at BioWare, right? You can see this headline, a very real one. Baldur's Gate 3 sex noise specialist leads Dragon Age the Veilguard cast. And BioWare...
Wait, Baldur's Gate 3 sex noise specialist leads Dragon Age the Veilguard cast? What? Also, sex noise specialist. I guess people can specialize in anything nowadays?
has revealed the voice cast for Dragon Age.
Wouldn't this just be a voice director at this point? Huh?
The Veilguard, which will feature 4 voice options for the protagonist. So yeah, definitely once again projection, but the conversation continues on where he recalls an event from 10 years ago where another member of the Dragon Age narrative team, this trick person, would come with this reply saying, which came after them complaining that none of the women in Dragon Age 2 were up to their standards either.
A lot of the, like, all the women in Dragon Age 2 were pretty and good characters. Meryl and Isabella were definitely up to our standards. Definitely, no one had any issues. And Meryl was petite.
Where another user says Meryl or Isabella weren't up to their standards. I damn near had an existential crisis choosing between the two. I mean, what the hell did they want? A bit gobsmacked hearing this. And then David responds saying Meryl had small boobs. I don't know why they say it like that. And thus too boyish. When the dude...
Why do you need to censor boobs? You good, man?
Dude finally posted examples of what he thought a real female should look like. They were all waifish, winsome anime girls, unsurprising, honestly. So again, projecting...
Because modern Western female characters aren't really that well written. They also don't look that good. Sorry, not sorry.
About anime, he's very angry about anime. Honestly, at this point, I think I know why this dude left Twitter. Like, he probably got ratioed by some anon with a anime profile picture, and it just drove him insane. So now he's going over to Blue Sky to cope and seethe every day about anime. But another user responds by saying, whenever I see someone's do-over for an unattractive collection of pixels, that's what they all want. Big boobs, tiny pointy chin, big eyes, so boring. And then David says, exactly, the industry as a whole has shifted its priority on the depiction of women from appealing to interesting. Oh.
Yeah, very interesting. Just look at that new game. What is it called? Unknown 9? Very interesting female cast. Like, very, very interesting female main lead. You know who are good female characters? Morgan from Dragon Age Origins. Um, Meryl and Isabella from Dragon Age 2. Um, the female characters from The Witcher. Do I need more? Do I genuinely need more?
Reddit's gonna love that. A shift from appealing to interesting women. So highbrow. He goes on to say that's growth, and their notion that game artists are only reluctantly doing this because woke devs are standing behind them, scowling and scolding, is both funny and revealing. And like I said earlier, this person up here is also someone who is on the narrative team for Dragon Age, but I took time to show you guys Blue Sky. I think there's definitely something very interesting to be found here with Blue Sky, because a lot of people from the gaming industry
Bro found a new content form. Blue Sky posts. bro just found another money glitch. Ain't no way.
have shifted over to Blue Sky over the past couple of months, and they're living in a complete echo chamber right now, an unchecked echo chamber, okay? They don't expect their post to be read by their critics because their critics...
Yeah. I've seen that also now for the VTubing and artist space, where like I looked at Blue Sky and like people posting there, and it's like, what is this? A dick sucking contest? When Midas said the VTubing space is incestuous, thanks to Blue Sky, I know what she means. I know what she means by that now.
Critics largely aren't over there, and honestly, people, including myself, have to do a better job checking out these various off-platform accounts, because right now, as we see with these various examples we looked at today, these people are completely masked off. They don't think they're being checked. They don't think their posts are going to be checked by anyone who is their critics. So they feel very emboldened to say whatever they want. Just go mask off about their customers, about their games, and what have you. And scrolling through some of the accounts that we featured today, I mean, you can see that they're just totally open about their politics, like way more than anything you would ever see on Twitter. Like 90% of their timeline is their own political views, and they've really just completely interwoven their...
I don't care from which political spectrum you come from. What politics is your only identity? I don't want to be near you. I have no interest in you. You are weird. If like politics is your whole identity, you are weird. If there's nothing more to you.
Business accounts with their own personal political views, and again, it's unchecked over there, so you can learn a lot by checking out any of these members of the gaming industry who have a Blue Sky account, because like I said, they're just unchecked and they don't expect anyone to be taking a look into their echo chamber. But anyways, it probably doesn't surprise you at this point, given everything we've talked about, that the pre-orders for this game are looking very grim.
Dragon Age the Veilguard retail pre-orders 3 times less than Star Wars Outlaws? Well, and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, I guess, makes sense. That game sold 3 million copies in the first 24 hours. Nobody is beating that game this year. I actually think, genuinely, that Sparking Zero should get Game of the Year. This is clearly Game of the Year. Yeah, but 3 times less than Star Wars Outlaw, you kind of have to, you know, be extra horrible to get that to make that work.
So you can see the headline from that part.
Wow.
Dragon Age the Veilguard retail pre-orders 3 times less than Star Wars Outlaws and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So here's the thing. Obviously, in-person pre-orders are not anywhere near as popular as they used to be, right? But they do offer a pretty good look into how the digital sales are going to be. Because if there's no excitement over the actual retail pre-orders, there's probably not any excitement for the digital orders either. You can kind of just use it as a scale, right, to predict how much digital copies are going to be out there. And it's looking really bad. So according to Craig here, and his predictions and his insider info with this retail insider have been very accurate in the past. He says this time, my retail insider says physical copies are not better. Between the gold and standard options in their 800 plus stores, they have just under 2,000 pre-orders between PS5 and Xbox. So think about that. We're less than 2 weeks away from the release of this game, and there's about
Just not even like 500 for Xbox. I do guess Dragon Age is more popular on the PlayStation, right? I guess.
just over 2 pre-orders per store. I mean, this isn't Dustborn, right? This is a very big project. This is supposed to be a big explosion on the scene this year, and Dragon Age Veilguard is just not living up to it right now. On top of that, this was the post that they were referring to. The wish-listed games right now on Steam, Dragon Age,
28.
the Veilguard is at 28. Again, if this was just some random indie game, that would be okay. But for this, with less than 2 weeks to go, is a very concerning number for BioWare. But anyways, you also saw the reference to Dragon
Look at that. Look at that. Sold 3 million copies in 24 hours. No Dragon Ball game has done that. Not a single Dragon Ball game has managed to do that. This is a great day. It pretty much revived the arena fighter genre if you can make a good arena fighter. Also, for you Dokkan fans out there, they are memeing. We Saiyans have no limits. They have been memeing. They have been memeing this. Because, like, there's a character called, Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, who fuse into Vegeta Blue, who are really bad, who also say the quote, "We Saiyans have no limits," and people were posting this a lot, and now the official Bandai Namco US account also jumps into the meme, which is funny. They did the meme!
Sparking Zero. This game is killing it with 3 million copies sold in just 24 hours. I mean, people are going crazy over that, but that's another reference for how much people are purchasing this game versus some of the pre-order sales for Dragon Age the Veilguard. But as you can tell, things are a bit rocky over there, and really, it's these developers and these writers who are just
How do you make it possible for a Dragon Age game to have 3 times less pre-orders than Star Wars Outlaws? Like, Star Wars is way bigger. At least, like, movie-wise. And, like, games-wise, the games don't perform that crazy well. But how do you manage to do that for Dragon Age being this popular? How the fuck do you do that?
It's worse and worse. They feel compelled to go mask off, and it really just muddies the water. If you have already a product that's being criticized for its quality, adding on top of that your obnoxious views and your disdain for gamers and people who are your critics, it's not good. It's not helping. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section.
My thoughts are very simple. I love Dragon Age. I think these games are great. I'm not going to buy the Veilguard. Nothing will make me pay $60 for this game, or euros in this case.